Well, hello everyone. I know it's we're a little bit behind schedule here. Our buddy Epic had a work function that ran late, so I'm here and I'm just going to vamp until it's time for the show to get started. So, in the meantime, enjoy these videos. Oh no, here he comes. I can hear him now. And she's mad, ladies and gentlemen. She is mad, mad. Well, hello there. Hi. I'm not making fun. I have been there. I have done that. Here, grab your microphone. All right.
Hi.
Well, hello, everyone. Guten Morgen. All right, so now that everyone is officially here, let's do the intro. Let's pretend like none of this happened. Erase, erase, erase.
Okay.
Well, hello, officially.
Hey.
So,
Howdy.
our Brista has had a day.
Hi.
I first want to thank Spill It Boy for this lovely T-shirt with all of the letters and the gaiety. And this is not a new intro, Louboutin. You just ain't been on the show in so long, you forgot what the entrance
Oh my God,
looks
Lou.
like.
Really, Lou?
It's the same intro. Listen, she got a new wig. And the waist was all snatched, and she forgot all about us. So, because did you see her at Code Red?
That bitch was snatched up, and
I
wasn't speaking to her. She just didn't.
Right.
Know
I couldn't take her.
I wasn't speaking to her.
So anyway, welcome to episode 179.
Yes, indeed.
Of
179.
The BGKH show. We are so glad that you joined us. It's time to party and bullshit, and we got a lot to get to. So
yes.
Let's get into it. So, how was your week?
My week has been interesting as always. Mm-hmm. Just a long week, and it's going to be even between today and tomorrow is going to be even longer. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to enjoy it, so I'm kind of getting a little irritated. Just work stuff and just being busy. I miss my moments of nothingness, but not a bad thing. So yeah, that's where we are. But it's been okay. It's just been a week. How was your week?
My week was what did I do this weekend? The work week is what it is. It's nothing to complain about or talk about or blah 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 about. Other than that, everything was cool. The weekend was fine. We had our crossing and on Friday, and so now we have 8 new brothers.
Yes,
and that was beautiful and lovely. It's always good to have those little sessions. Oh, you did. Our Brista wasn't there because she was getting ready. She was the chair of Code Red, which happened the next day. So He's texting me. He was like, I'm still getting my hair done. I got to pick up this stuff. I got to do that. I got to go here. I got to go there. I got to go everywhere. I got to get it all done. So he was like, listen, God bless your ministry. Just handle your business. We will be just fine. We did miss you terribly. But, we got things done. And then Code Red came out beautifully. I had a wonderful time. It turned out, it was great. It was our first big event since prior to the pandemic. And so I thought it turned out fine.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
That doesn't feel. It feels like there's more to say.
That's all I
got.
Offline. That's all I got. No, there's nothing to say offline, but that's all I got right now.
I got no more.
Yeah, I'm still
love to give. I got no more.
I'm just
time.
I'm just still kind of. My hour drive is usually time to decompress, and I just don't feel like I decompressed yet.
Yes.
So I'm kind of halfway here and halfway out, but I'm here. I'm fully engaged. But yes, but that part, yeah, I'm like,
yes.
All right.
So I will say thank you. I got to debut my new signature number. My signature number previously had been my duet with you on Proud Mary, and that is still
it's a signature
duet.
Number. Yes, it's right.
But I got to debut what is going to be my signature solo
number. Okay.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you are Ralph Tresvant, and this is your sensitivity,
or your man with sensitivity. A man like me. But actually,
or were you
better than that? No. It's not New Edition at all. This is Luther Vandross. So collectively, we're Luther Vandross. And then there was a point where he said, and now Lisa Fisher. And the curtains parted. One of the background, I was never a background, let's just be clear. But step out into the spotlight. All alone, on my knees I pray for the strength. You gotta get the words. To stay away, in and out, out and in you go.
Out and in you go.
I feel the fire.
I feel your fire.
Then I lose my self-control. How can I ease the pain? And then you step back. And so that's what it was. It was a lovely moment. There was a cape reveal with the lighting.
When I say
my crown,
listen,
and I made $35. I was very happy.
The emote and the drama and the emoting that was going on, and I was just sitting back like, dear God, no one can do this like him. Just no one. It was just.
That was just the first. Because I wasn't clear I was going to do it until like the day before, like really was going to do it.
Right.
So then I was like, what am I going to do? Because I had ideas. I was like, so am I going to do this as like the abused housewife who's finally coming out?
That was what you were. That's what
I said. But then I was like, girl, I don't have all this time for this costumery. And it was like 99,000 degrees. Sitting next to the sun. So, I was going to pull out the old shake and go black and silver wig, but bitch,
it was hot.
So we're not going to quite do all of that. However, I may, she may make a reappearance. That never make an appearance for
absolutely.
Blackout. And if not for Blackout, it's definitely going to make an appearance at MAL.
Listen, I felt your pain because part of that getting dressed was trying to figure out what the hell I was going to put on. And so it was
cool. That wasn't going to be like.
Listen, it was a whole ensemble, and I was burning up in my room. Not to mention the fact that we didn't have any air conditioning at the house, which is a whole nother conversation.
Has that been resolved yet?
That's been so yes, that's been resolved enough. That's been resolved to the point where we have a temporary solution. So let me answer. I'm sorry. Let me go back. No, it hasn't been resolved. We have a temporary solution. The temporary solution was to purchase smaller in-house air conditioning units that kind of like freestanding, going in the window or whatever. I mean, the tube goes in the window, but it's standing back, and it's really good. But the cost of trying to do the whole compressor and all the parts and everything, and then there's one downstairs as well as upstairs. We're talking about $11,000 each. Like, that's a lot of goddamn money. So this temporary solution right now.
That was the question that I was asking, and I'm not trying to get into people's business, but
was there?
I don't have no homeowners insurance because that's been my first call. I'm not pricing shit. I'd have been like, so.
But listen, now I don't know if that's what their situation is, or if that's what they're in the process of doing, or they just went to call just to find out, just to see how much it would cost.
Because a home warranty don't cost but $50 a month.
Listen,
and for $50, so I will tell you, you probably will end up having to replace the joints, right?
Both of them.
But I will tell you, when I had to replace mine, instead of paying the $11,000 that you're going to pay, I only ended up paying $2,000. And it's much less of a gag. It's still a gag, but it's much less of a gag to come out of pocket for $4,000
than it is
for the 2 units versus $22,000.
Absolutely. So, and again, this is not, because as a renter, this is not something that I really like. I'm not, yeah. But I also understand the benefit of a home warranty, because even with my mom's spot, that came in handy, and it paid for itself with the first issue. So I was like, okay, I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I was like, all right, we good.
Yeah.
So, but but it was just hot, and once you got yourself together, it was like I went out. I was getting ready to go out the door, and I was thinking, I got to change this up. I'm hot. I gotta get. So I was like, we're gonna pull this thing together. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna put this out. It's too hot. So it was comfortable though.
Kinky showman.
It was comfortable though, but it was. Listen, I was good. So
yeah, legs and hips and body. Let's get it together, girls.
That little video was horrible that I saw with the little drawings. It was horrible. I was like, it was horrible. But yeah, but it was cool. But I had a good time. I had a very good evening. I'm glad people showed up and showed out. So thanks to all those that showed out. So it was a good time. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to get my decompress on. So I saw a best friend had said, he did that drive from 3:45 and got to Alexandria at 5:30. Yeah, it's just that weird, like, okay. But but it was cool. It was cool. I had a good time, and I'm glad that everybody showed up. So yeah. But it was a good week. It was a good week.
Good.
Yeah. So, but
I'm so sick of that lyric. What lyric, Lola? Legs and hips and body, yaddy, yaddy.
But I mean,
I actually can't get enough of it.
It's cute.
It's a terrible song.
It is, but it's just that part.
That no part is
the
cute.
rest of it is like, but it's just that part.
Yes. And
it's getting ready to probably be like it's
and
that
song
resurgence.
Apparently it was in that play that she did.
Yeah, and it's
in 2014.
It's been coming. It's just came back up again.
Coming out. So all right, but we got
not logs off. No, Lola, no,
Lola, please.
We're gonna have probably 3 or 4. But we're gonna space them out. Them out.
So that was the first one. All right, so because we need to get
let's jump into
we need to be finished with this by 8:45 so that we can get to because we got to talk about Legendary.
So
and we got to talk about Drag Race.
Yes, and we told y'all last week, listen, this is going to be a spoiler. So we're going to do all this news first, get this out the way. And so when we get to Legendary and also to Drag Race, listen, if you haven't seen it, you ain't seen none of it, you might want to tune away because we're going to be talking about it. We're going to tell you what happened. That's what we're going to do. So giving you a warning now, and we can work it out. So, but up first, congratulations to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. They welcomed their first child together. Rihanna gave birth to Rocky's first child together nearly 4 months after revealing to fans that they were expecting a now iconic maternity shoot.
That was a quick pregnancy. Some people, like some people announce they're pregnant and like 10 years later, you're like, this bitch is still pregnant.
Yeah. They made the revealing to the fans that they were expecting via a now iconic maternity shoot. And per the report, which cited the usual sources with direct knowledge, the couple welcomed a baby boy on May 13th in Los Angeles. His name has not been publicly revealed, so we don't know what that is. But as soon as we find out, we'll let you know. According to KYSDC, the Divas Daily Dirt, Wendy Williams scores a small win in court. So Wendy Williams has won the court battle when it comes to her money And according to the latest reports, the legendary talk show host will be able to retrieve her funds as a New York judge appointed an official financial guardian to oversee her finances this week.
Mm-hmm.
The guardianship process is complete, which means the court appointed a financial guardian. Now it's up to the guardian, Wendy, and the court as to how she will be accessing her money. The court can eventually decide to give Wendy back full control over her accounts and end the guardianship, but that is up to the court. Although the daytime diva doesn't have 100% control right now, she still has some kind of say. And all of that could change soon. So we'll see how that's going to work.
So this is troubling to me. I mean, I don't really fuck with Wendy like that, but we've already had this. We had the case with Britney.
Mhm.
What's the other white girl that was having like an emotional breakdown? She's like an actress, like she's a brunette, and so like she was in a conservatorship and all of this. So I'm like, who decided that Wendy couldn't have control of her own money? How do we even get here to something? Because I just can't even imagine a situation where somebody's like,
you can't control your money.
You can't access your money. What? And I just hope that her ex-husband isn't involved in it at all, because that's already iffy right there. So I was like, who would have been empowered? I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Who? Amanda Bynes, that's who I was thinking of.
Okay.
Who would have been empowered to come in and be like, yeah, Wendy Williams don't know how to control her own money. What has she done to prove that she can't control her own money? So that's real shaky to me. We need to take a look at those laws. But next up, Candy Burris feels Escape would beat Destiny's Child in a versus.
Now, this should have been, and listen, I'm not going to sit back and say anything good or bad about Destiny's Child, because I actually like that Destiny's Child. And I actually like Escape.
Escape is fine, but I really like Destiny's Child. So I'm just like the level of hits.
It's right. It's
now if we were talking about Candy's songwriting ability versus everybody in Destiny Child songwriting ability, then yes. Well, yes, because they be giving Beyonce them writers credits, but Beyonce don't really. That's what I'm saying. Beyonce be like, woo. So Beyonce get a writer's credit.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, well, wait a minute. Does Michelle write stuff? Did Latavia? So
wait a minute. Which one of them had
Latoya?
Latoya had an album.
Latavia.
I don't think she had an album.
I don't know. Michelle had several albums, but
gospel.
I mean, right?
Okay. She may have written. I don't know.
Kelly. Did Kelly have an? I mean, does Kelly have like songwriting credits? I'm sure she has one or two.
I don't know,
but and Beyonce got a ton of songwriting credits, but we understand. Yes, did she?
She also does have an Oscar nom.
Who?
For listen. I said nom. That's all. That's all. We just going. We're going to state the facts.
Let's be clear. I am as much a part of the Beehive as a 51-year-old man can be. And Listen was cute.
I didn't say it was
cute,
but
that felt like a bone.
I mean,
and I will forever be mad at her that. Well, I won't be mad at her, but I don't understand how she ever thought that Dreamgirls was going to be her vehicle to get an Oscar. Even a basic reading of the script tells you that this story is all about Effie White.
And I think that's probably why she did that song.
Oh, of course, that's why she did it, because as production went on, she was like, well, wait a minute. Jennifer got all these fabulous lines and, knocking them dead with Look at Me, or with I Am Changing and It's All Over and all of these other stuff. And so she's like, listen.
But baby, my favorite song was when she said, heavy, heavy. Right. And pushed the microphone. I said, oh, God.
Listen,
She's
got two. Oh, the King Richard song too, which was cute, and I liked her performance when she did that. But anyway, back to this. Even though Escape already went head to head against SWV in the versus,
but they're kind of like they were almost like stunt queen, because I felt this was almost kind of stunt queeny, because I just felt like
I didn't watch the thing. So in a recent episode of Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live, Burris sat with Lil Jon as they had to decide who they suspect would take the throne in a mock versus battle. With them being former participants in the Music Showdown, the industry veterans had to choose between the likes of Mariah Carey versus Ariana Grande. Come on now. Well, Old Mariah Carey versus Ariana Grande, always a Mariah Carey. Current Mariah Carey versus Ariana Grande, I feel like Ariana might take it. Because Mariah don't be taking care of her voice like that. Aretha is the only person that could smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and still get on stage and belt out respect.
Well, Dionne Warwick did.
And where are we now? Reach out and touch somebody's hand.
But none of them
make this world a better place.
None of them divas can touch,
if you can,
Miss Gladys, because her vocal cords are intact.
Gladys's vocal cords are golden.
They are intact,
solid gold.
And I'm not necessarily a Patty fan, but I recognize her talent. Her vocals have changed, over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So
Megan Thee Stallion versus Cardi B, I feel like that would be a draw.
Yeah, I don't really.
Jay-Z versus Kanye West. I just don't care for Kanye West, so I would choose
It would be Jay-Z for me.
Tina Turner versus Beyonce. Actually, that requires a little bit more.
You have to think about that because listen, when Tina was Tina and Tina was on her shit.
Right, we can't.
It's the time period is the only thing that's different because she was performing her ass off.
Yes.
The music was, you know what I mean? So that might be a good matchup.
When I was a little girl, I had a rag doll. The only doll I ever owned. Now I love you just the way I love that rag doll. And only love is wrong. And it gets harder in every way. And it gets bigger and and it gets deeper, baby.
Is it deeper or wider?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do I love you, my? Yeah. River deep, mountain high. Yeah. All right, so Mary J. Blige versus Faith Evans. I feel like Faith Evans has the stronger voice, obviously.
Yes,
but in terms of who could rock the crowd and who could win the battle, definitely Mary J. Blige. Because I just don't feel like Faith Evans has charisma.
I don't know. So listen, I'm for both of them. I think I'm gonna give a slight nod to Mary, but I think it's gonna be a real close race. A slight nod because listen,
how can I love somebody else?
Listen,
if I can love myself enough to know.
She has that whole album, yes. And then Faith
the
also
first
has
2 albums, her My Life and What's the 411 and My Life are the 2 of the best albums ever made.
Well, I'm not going to say that, but
I'm saying it.
They're good.
I'm throwing it.
They're good
down.
and they are part of the soundtrack of this young gay boy's life.
Mm-hmm.
As well as Faith Evans, her first 2 albums, because that first album,
I can't remember anything.
Soon as I Get Home.
Yes, Soon as I Get Home is the beast.
But the whole album, when you listen from the beginning to the end,
okay,
the whole
I've
fucking
never
album.
listened to the whole.
Oh my
album.
God! It starts off with that doom, 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 doom. No other love.
Yeah, I mean it's cute, but it's not.
But then I can't.
I mean, but none of that's
like this before.
That's all cute.
All I'm saying is
cute.
All I'm saying is I think Mary would still win, but I'm thinking it would be a very close race because Faith has some bangers. Because listen, Burning Up, the remix to Burning Up,
is everything.
My heart is like burning up. I'm just saying,
baby, there's no need to tell you.
And
the remix of that motherfucker with the gospel choir in the background, Love No Limit, Reminisce.
Right.
What's the duet with the dude to beat her? Well, he did.
But listen,
I don't want to do anything.
Listen, all I'm saying is I at the end of the day, it would be Mary for me, but I like Faith as well.
I mean, yes, but in a battle,
I think it wouldn't be a blowout. It wouldn't be a blowout at all.
Oh, for me, I think it would. Now, this I don't even see how you could do this. Snoop Dogg versus Diddy. What are we comparing it on? If his rap skills, it's Snoop all the way. If it's producing skills,
it's probably be Diddy.
I mean, I guess it would be Diddy.
But
if it's paying niggas that work for you, it's definitely not Diddy.
Well, Yeah, then it's that.
And then come on now, this all right.
Patti-
So Patti LaBelle versus Diana Ross. Now,
there's absolutely nothing that
if we are talking
you have
about
to break this
vocal
down.
ability,
you have to break it
come
down.
on now.
Patti
ain't even in the. I mean, Diana Ross ain't even
Yeah.
in the same league.
If
as
you're
Patti.
talking
If
about theatrics,
I still feel like it's probably Patti.
but then again, I don't know, because Miss Diana gives you. Listen, this bitch comes in helicopters and shit.
Patti, I mean, Diana
and trains and gowns and
I guess
it's the hair.
I guess it's the kind of theatrics that you're looking for. If you are looking for over the top black gospel tinged glamour,
That's Patti.
That's Patti. But if you are looking for fabulous, rich gay boy glamour, then that's Diana Ross.
That's so yeah. But listen, but it's so because she will never ever live down for me the Super Bowl where this bitch went away in the damn
baby.
I was like, Diana is out of fucking control.
Helicopter come down.
I was like,
take this bitch.
Yeah, we'll just have the helicopter land at this. When I finish the song,
right? And they were like, but Diana, we can't have a. But Diana, we can't have a helicopter. I'm putting my foot down.
Put the helicopter there,
Miss Ross.
Put the helicopter there. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no river to keep me. That's what she was doing the entire time. I'm just saying. But she gives drama.
That's true.
She gives drama.
So, all right. So, when posed with the question of Destiny's Child versus Escape, Burris exclaimed, "Oh, really? We was the OGs."
Listen.
Right, so, all right, girl. Everybody's got to believe.
I
mean, you got to believe in yourself. I mean, what you go get up on stage and say some other bitch is better than you? No. So, all right. This next story. Whoopi Goldberg is monitors the View audience for booing Kellyanne Conway.
Now, I think this story for me shows Whoopi's trying to be as fair as possible, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you literally can't invite someone on because The View is really not that kind of show.
Right.
It is not Jerry Springer.
No.
So the audience you can't invite someone on there and then have an audience boo and talk over. First of all, it's not an audience interaction kind of show.
Right.
So you can't start being like, you just can't have that kind of interaction. And so that was wildly inappropriate. If you want to do that, go on the Wendy Williams show. And then, you can respond like that when the guests come out. It's supposed to be The View. And,
the show is the whole premise is to get everyone's point of view.
Exactly. And you can vehemently disagree with what she's saying. You can be like, or whatever, but you just can't be booing to the point where the woman can't speak on stage.
That is true. And that's pretty much what Whoopi Goldberg did.
Right.
She chastised members of the show's audience after some of them booed her. And she said, listen, this is The View. She's talking about her view and how she feels about things. And she said, please don't boo her. And listen, Kellyanne Conway is a clown, and she gives me, and I don't mean, she gives me man face when I look at her. Like, I feel like there should be hair growing out of her face, and like she
does have strong features.
Yeah, she is like, it's like, and I'm like, okay. So, but listen,
Bougie Girl said Candy sound like a goat half the time, but go off, sis.
Listen, she's talented. She works the crowd, and she listen. We're gonna go with that. So,
right. So is those are the only?
That's what we got. Unless
the only other story that I had, I kind of wanted to touch on it, but not really. This dude Darius Cooks, who that's the queen right there.
We mentioned him briefly.
We have, but we haven't dug into it.
Yeah.
So this girl likes to rent out people's house on Airbnb, and it specifically says in all of those Airbnb contracts that you can rent out the house for you and maybe your family or whatever, but you can't be hosting parties. And that's exactly what he does. He gets these, moderate to high-end houses with, with nice chef's kitchen and stuff. And then he invites strangers over who pay an exorbitant fee to come over and hear him or watch him cook or whatever. I've never heard anybody say like the food is terrible or anything like that. But what the stunt queen part is that if you do, like if someone says, I'm just going to use more salt or something, Like he has like a beehive almost kind of fan base where they will go and attack the people, and he has like doxed people. Like we all know you have a real name. We all know I have a real name. Like if we went as Dominion and Epic and we came back and said we didn't like the show, he didn't be like Dominion's real name is so and so. He lives at this address. He'll put all of your information out there, and people will be called doxing. Yeah,
that's all.
And he'll have people harass you. So.
Listen, the YouTube is good for all that. So like Ebby and Spill It Boy and a couple other people.
$289. Are you joking?
$289 per plate for Kool-Aid and Jiffy cornbread. Girl, bye. Are you
being serious or are you joking? Because it feels like you're being serious.
But he does do southern comfort.
Yes, bitch.
Food.
But if I went over your house and paid $300, you get yourself a Kool-Aid and some Jiffy cornbread.
No, ma'am.
If I saw you with that blue, listen, don't get me wrong. I love Jiffy cornbread.
I'm gonna need all 280 of my dollars back. So I'm gonna give you $9 for this meal.
Here's the tea. You take that Jiffy cornbread, you add a can of cream corn to it to give it a little oomph, add a little cinnamon to it, maybe a little honey to jazz it up. But bitch, I don't need you for that. So if I came to your place and spent $280 or however much money and you give me Kool-Aid,
it will be a bad misunderstanding.
Yeah, real.
It'll be a very bad misunderstanding.
So anyway, all right. So what we're gonna do, Legendary or Drag Race first?
I don't know. What do you all think? You all want to go with Legendary first? You want to go with Drag Race first? Which you want to go with? Anyone? So I see. So first of all, hey Bougie Girl, hey Atlas, hey Eccentric, hey Lola, Robert, hey Best Friend. Hey, Spill It Boy, Southern Drawl. I saw, hey, Michelle. And Miss Sugar Snap. Hey, Sugar Snap. Listen, Miss Sugar Snap called me this morning and had me in tears. I was laughing so hard at her. She had me on the floor.
Good.
Hey, Mr. Gary, Louboutin, Freaky McNasty, what's going on?
Atlas.
Who else do we miss? Midas. Hey, girl, baby.
And Eccentric.
So, hey, everybody.
Best of luck this weekend, Eccentric.
Yes. Best of luck to, not only to Eccentric. Spesh is going?
No, Spesh is here.
Oh, okay. Hey, Spesh. I was like, wait,
so all right, the people that we know.
So Eccentric,
Blade,
Justin Sawyer.
I was like, Justin Sawyer?
Yeah,
no, Justin Sawyer.
Kenzo. Yes, Kenzo. And then is Eric? Eric.
I can't remember his other name, but yeah, from Southwest. Yes. Yeah. And there's like a few other. There's also a brother Ulysses who's like Mr. New England.
Oh,
leather.
yeah. Somebody else from Atlanta, isn't it?
LOC.
Oh, Lee.
Lee. Best of luck to all of these men as they compete for International Mr. Leather this weekend. Shout out to
Steel
Toe, who is competing as International Mr. Boot Black. He's driving, so he left this morning, so he should be there, late tonight.
Yep.
Him and his boy or sub or whatever that relationship is, but his dynamic partner is they're driving because he just said it was just too much stuff. And Tiger, Tiger.
Okay, so it looks like
congratulations to Jack Thompson on 2 years.
Yes,
well done.
Yes. So we have, let's see, we have two Legendary, 1 Drag Race. What else?
First one we saw was Drag Race, so we're going to start with Drag Race.
Okay, so come on. Okay.
All right, so here we go. Oh, no, we want to do that.
You want to go back to the beginning?
And then, so here's, we got a whole thing now. So see, we're getting it all set up. So hold on. And now it's loading. All right, let's get it together. Let's do that. We're going to do that and that. Give us 1 second. We got technology coming through. All right. So now, there we go. So now we can see all of the conversations, and then we can make this big so we can actually see the slides.
Okay. So, season 7, Drag Race All-Stars, Queen of all queens.
Yes.
There were 8 contestants. So you have Evie Oddly. You also have Shea Coulee. You have Jinx Monsoon. You have Raja Gemini. You have the Vivian. You have Trinity Taylor. You have Jada Essence Hall. Monet Exchange. Those are all the people that we have there. So those 8 contestants. I hope I named all of them. Did I forget anybody?
I think
Evie, Jinx, Shay, Raja, the Vivian, Jada, Monet, and Trinity. Yeah. So that's all. So that was the whole thing. They all had their entrances. They all came in, but then all of a sudden there was a pop up of another person, and it was flawless because when they came in, all you saw was the whole body. You didn't see anything else. You saw they had this big hat on,
right?
And then it was revealed that we have a 9th contestant.
Did we?
Or did we though? And that came out to be Miss Raven. She walked in and she was like,
get Raven and Raja confused.
Child, yeah, but the painting is night and day because Raven will paint the shit out of. Raven will make you look like Meryl Streep. She will paint the shit out of you, make you like Meryl Streep.
I would like to see that.
She paints the shit out of everything. And so Raven pops up, and then it was this whole thing of like, oh my God, we got 9 contestants. And then Rue came in and was doing this whole thing, and he was like, wait a minute, Raven, why are you here? Like, what are you doing here? Like, and she was like, well, I'm competing. She's like, no, you're not.
You're not a title. You didn't win. So.
But she's left such an impression. She's won an Oscar for her makeup. And but she was actually one of my faves. She was one of the people that I think should have won that particular season. So, but anyway, off to the races. There was 2 different episodes, and these are all of their entrance looks for coming into the season. You see Jada with this spiked red outfit on. Shea Coulee came in with this orange
orange look was everything.
It was, and listen, she is body, yes. At least when all dressed up. The Vivian came through looking amazing. Jinx looked like Jinx. Raja had this outfit on for me that I wasn't quite sure of where to go with it.
It was giving very Indonesian kind of.
Is that what it was?
I think that's what it was.
Evie Oddly came through representing her brand. Monet.
Listen, Evie out of drag. You don't see it for her? Oh, she makes me tingle in a special place.
Really? Oh,
with the way the confessional look. Don't do it for you.
Now her daddy.
Now that laugh, she can keep that laugh. She'll never have to open her mouth. Yeah, they don't do it for me.
No.
But listen, as long as she sit there silently, or bent over, I think
she's flexible. Trinity came through as well with this great look. Monet's look,
I actually liked Monet's look.
I feel like
sometimes it's a little.
It's a challenge for me. Like it's like
as what's her name would say, it's a taste level.
It's choices.
Yes, choices were certainly made.
Choices were made. So, but
Jinx's look was
very jinxy,
very blah.
Yeah, it was very jinxy. But so anyway, we get to their individual. So I kind of put them together as highlights from both episodes because it was 2 episodes. It was a lot of pictures. We ain't had that much time. So here's the thing. They also did their interest looks. They also did a snatch game, and there was 2 different looks for the snatch game. And so these are some of the
first episode. I can't remember what they did that in the first episode.
The first episode was when they did the song.
Yeah, and that's my note there was like this song is not legendary.
So yeah, it was like legends or legendary or whatever.
And these low energy dance moves.
It was like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
You could see her counting
5, 6, 7, 8.
Baby, you could see her counting and trying to get to the steps, and I'm just like, this feels unnecessary. At this point, I'm like, Rue, why are you even doing these albums anymore? Because you're not even putting any effort into it.
Listen, in any event,
you're 63 years old. Just get into being a 63-year-old drag queen with a worldwide empire.
Sit back, cross your legs, and put your hair on. That's all.
Right.
Hair high to the gods.
I will say that we, on a scale of how much we hated Rue's looks, I did like both of her not the behind the scenes, but
first
the stage
one,
looks.
The first stage look.
I can't. Do we have a picture of that?
We do not. But the first stage look, which I forgot. That's okay. Now I have to get back into it. So we will showcase Rue's look as well. But the
Yeah.
first look I liked. The second look was just.
The first look was definitely unique. It was still had a catsuit on, didn't she?
Yes, that was the catsuit.
Yes. I like that because she rarely wears anything
I like
other than that same sort of Grecian goddess kind of cut.
McCall's
dress.
pattern number 5962.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what I liked about the second look was that the hair, it was still the same sort of platinum blonde wig, but it was white. It was short. And I like that look better. I'm sort of over the big, huge Valley of the Dolls kind of hair.
She needs it.
Fembot.
She needs it.
Well, she do got a tiny head.
She needs it.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, with Raja, these were some of her best looks. The King, the Wardrobe, and the P or whatever look that he had going on was kind of like
Princess and the P,
and the King has no clothes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What was that fairy tale?
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah. It looked interesting, but he still looked dirty to me. Like it's kind of like
it was. I get what it was going, but it was sort of a miss for me. Now this madam,
was everything.
Baby, if I hadn't known that was Raven, like if I just tuned in, I would have had no idea. Raja. Sorry. I would have had no idea who it was underneath that makeup.
Yeah.
And there was still like articulation to it. So it wasn't literally just a prosthetic on top. I mean, there was articulation
cut right there. Yep.
But she had as much articulation as someone can with those. I mean, she got as much articulation as some of the girls.
Oh, and but spot the lie.
Right.
And so this other look here was her interest look that was kind of interesting, but it was like you said, like Indonesian type of situation.
It was a little too much though. I feel like there was in Tim Gunn's it was like one thing should have been taken away.
It was a little confusion. But and so some of these looks were kind of
confusing.
Right. Because they're on Paramount, some of these looks are kind of hard to find now. So I was like, I'm on Instagram, I'm scrolling for shit. Like, okay. But anyway, so these were her best 3 looks for both episodes. And so
my note was RuPaul gives very dead behind the eyes when she performs.
So this next look or this next contestant, Trinity the Tuck. Listen, can we just get into the drama of the gown?
Purple gown.
The train went on forever. It was like another.
I love a dramatic train.
It was amazing. When Trinity gets all up in, Trinity is amazing. Yes. This body and this devil's
look as the devil, bitch. She was like, "Hey," when she said she was gonna be the devil, I was like, "This is the devil." She's like, "Hey, girl," and I was like, "Bitch."
She turned it,
got it.
And the bodysuit was
purple. This blue, this baby blue.
But she had the side ponytail though, bitch.
I mean, I love a side ponytail, but the look itself was uninspired.
She's the bad bitch on the playground with a side ponytail, bitch. What you talking about? Like, you don't fuck with the bitch bad with the side ponytail. But get into this heel for this motherfucking devil costume. It's like a hoof. She was painted, she was done, and she did everything that she was supposed to do with that, and it was amazing. Her second character for the Snatch Game was Leslie Jordan, which was cute. But I thought that this was probably one of the better ones.
Her stronger character. Same with Raja. Her first, she did. She do Madam first or Diana Vreeland?
Diana Vreeland was
she was the second one.
Diana Vreeland was the second one.
The second was she was sitting in the bottom.
Bottom, yeah.
The first one, Madam, was up top.
So it was Madam first, and then Diana Vreeland.
It was Madam and then Diana Vreeland.
I didn't really, it's like,
I know who Diana Vreeland is, but I don't know enough about her to be like, oh, that was a great impression of her. So
I don't know anything about her.
It's like pictures. I know what Anna Wintour looks like, but I would have I believe she's British. So I believe
I don't think I've ever heard her.
Other than that, I wouldn't be like, if you were like, hello, governor, I'd be like, yeah, I guess that's what Anna Wintour sounds like.
Bob and glasses, that's all I know.
Right.
So, but okay, so Miss Jada Essence Hall. Let's just
that
start
Prince
here.
was a fail.
So it was funny as shit though. Oh my god,
she knew it was terrible.
She was just like, ooh. That's what saved her though.
Exactly, because I was just like, bitch, just be stupid with it.
I was like, oh my god, girl, it was horrible. But listen, I gotta say this. I have two words for this season of Drag Race. Fucking delicious. This has been the best so far season of Drag Race because all of these girls are bringing their A game.
Right.
However, if I had to pinpoint one person that was the weakest, Miss Jada was the weakest for me.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it was her nerves. And also, she's probably had the least amount of time. Like all these other girls have had huge careers since, like you look at Jinx, it's been like 10 years since she won.
Yeah.
It's been 10, 12 years since Raja won. For
Shay is only
for Shay, but that was season 8. We're on season 14 of Drag Race.
Well, she was season 8, but then she was also
that's what I'm saying.
All-Stars.
So they've had a long time to do this. Jada just won like a year ago, and then, or a year and a half ago, and then immediately we were in a but that first year or so we were in a pandemic, so she didn't get a chance to go out and do, and sort of practice and all of that. So that's what she said. She even said that. She said she felt in some ways like she shouldn't be here because all these other girls are seasoned. They've had a long time to do it. But even the look was together. What I didn't want, and what I'm glad we aren't getting into, is like, I was so excited to see Angina the last season of Drag Race because I fucking, I love a little fascinator and all of that. But she spent the whole time complaining. I was like, bitch, you're supposed to be like a rock star. I didn't want to come and hear your background angst. And so I didn't want to hear all that. I want to see a bunch of seasoned professionals come slay looks and slay challenges. And I love that no one's being sent home. I love that they're doing it sort of differently.
But so I think that's the part where I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. But
I like it, but why don't you like it?
I don't know because I feel like even when she eliminates people and then she saves people, I'm kind of like, bitch, the whole point is to eliminate people, like to get down to the final 4 or the final 2 or whatever. And I don't know. I feel like this is probably just being done as a way to show respect for them because they have won.
That's what I think it is. And I don't think this is a wholesale change in how they're going to do the show.
Think so, and I also the other piece of that is if they win a challenge, they get the golden plunger,
right?
And the golden plunger stops they can give it to someone and they can stop them from getting the legend coupon, which is the thing that's going to get at the end who has the most amount.
Is the top 4
or the top 4, yeah.
And so when Jinx was like, bitch, I'm probably going to give the golden plunger to somebody who already has it to keep them. She was like, it's like a video game. It was like, obviously, you're going to give the handicap to someone who's already ahead. So, like, of course, if I win and you already got a golden ticket or whatever, I'm going to give you the plunger to keep you from getting another golden ticket.
Absolutely.
Duh.
Absolutely. And so that made sense. So these little twists that they give in here, it's like, okay, all right, cool, whatever.
Now, I will say that these looks that she's giving, these looks are fab.
I was not a fan of the Niobe. It seemed it seemed very Party City-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Like in comparison to...
It could have just been any old girl on the street. It wasn't drag elevated.
No, it wasn't drag elevated. It was
felt like somebody could get this and be like, okay, you look cute to go to the club.
Yeah, that's it. So... But it was all right. But I listen. Let me be clear. Jada's face is always done. Yes. Always done. She's beautiful, beautiful girl.
She's a pretty girl.
Yes. Now, Miss Motherfucking the Vivian.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a template to judge her, but from what I've seen so far, she's a competitor.
Because this pleather principle look for her with these big shoulders was fucking everything. I've
never seen shoulders that wide.
It was fucking everything. That's it.
No one else has said anything.
Yeah, it's fucking everything. I love and live for it. It was amazing. Her entrance look you see down here with this white hair and this gray sleeves. She's very sleek.
Yes.
And
the horns. I love that.
Her look that she did on stage, which was this off-white look,
I like the wig. It was a little Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome to me, and I guess that's a look I just didn't particularly care for, but I didn't hate it.
I didn't. It's just like, all right, it's there. So, and then next up you had Jinx Monsoon. So let's point this out. Jinx aesthetic is not one of my favorites, but it works for her. And this pleather principle look that they did, because that was one of the challenges where she did, like she said, it was Mary Poppins meets Dominatrix meets something else.
I didn't buy that because it was definitely Mary Poppins, but it wasn't enough like buckles or metallic for me to say dominatrix, but it was cute. But let me tell you, Jinx Monsoon is a motherfucking beast at Snatch Game. I have never seen anybody
annihilated the way she did.
She
both her characters,
yes,
both of them. But this Judy Garland down here,
that Judy Garland, I don't think I've ever seen anything. Is this my camera?
And then she made reference to Dave, which is the thing. She's like, when Dave said, "Oh, I think I killed Judy Garland," I was like, "Bitch, this was a master class in how to fucking like win Snatch Game." Right. Like, sorry, I just, I can't even.
At this point, that you're going to have to do Snatch Game. Pick a character that you fucking know. And
do the fuck well.
And turn it. So, what did she do? Who was her first character?
Little Edie.
No, on this show.
Natasha Lyonne.
Right, who I know who that is, but didn't have a firm reference for it. But from what I know, she nailed it.
Yes, she did.
But she definitely nailed. So what did you learn from this? You pick a character with big mannerisms or tics or something that you can play off of. Like, let's just take Monet. She said she was Martin Lawrence, but she was really doing Shanae. But she didn't even do a good Shanae because she could have given you Shanae.
She could have.
And it could have been hilarious. Now her Mike Tyson was much better.
We get that. Okay.
All right. But Jinx Monsoon,
masterclass. Yeah,
this is why we knew she was going to win.
She's one of the in my opinion, she's going to be one of the four.
Oh, definitely. Like one of the definitely, because these are all going to be challenges that play to her strengths.
Yep. She's going to,
because this is what she did. She never positioned herself as like a look queen or sort of a stand around and look fabulous in a gown queen. She's going to excel in these acting challenges, these comedy challenges, these things where you got to think about it and go through. And also, I don't think any of the challenges this season are designed to trip people up. So like the choreography that they did for that first number was very easy. You notice we have all of the angst of people not knowing the numbers, but that's also filming too.
Some of that, but Jada was the first person to tell you, she's like, I'm not a dancer. She's like, oh shit. She's like,
yeah, but the choreography just wasn't that tough.
It's not,
because neither Jamal nor Todrick was there doing it. They did this soft focus choreography, which was fine. So anyway, but yeah, Jinx is definitely going to be, I think, one of these four based on this performance alone. And we know that there's going to be more challenges coming. There's going to be a Rusical.
Probably.
So we know that she's going to turn that.
So this next contestant, Monet, listen, Monet Exchange.
This look with the boning exposed. I fucking love this. Although I felt like she was.
You did?
You didn't?
I am very on the fence with that. I don't know if I liked it. I don't know if it's. So first of all, I was trying to figure out is she trying to say something? Is she saying she's coming out as trans or something? Like I just was paying attention to the colors. That's what I was saying.
I didn't even notice that. I noticed it now, but I didn't notice it then.
But I didn't care for it. Something about it was a little off for me, and maybe it was the coloring of it.
Okay, well, I love the side out.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't. It didn't do it for me. But this brown gown,
stunning brown cow, bitch.
Brown cow, stunning.
This bodice,
it was amazing. And did you see the back? Notice the back that had a butt crack on it. I was like, Miss Monet, but her taste level has stepped up.
Yes,
and it's amazing. So I'm here for this look for Monet. And she did with her characters. She did, like you said, Mike Tyson, and then she also did Shanae. Right. And I thought she did a better job at Mike Tyson.
She said it was Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence for being Shanae. But I felt like she did a better job at being Mike Tyson because she made that like funnier to me.
And I feel like she could have done a great job with Shanae, because Shanae could have been antagonistic.
She could have been
all of those people. She could have. I mean, but whatever. So she didn't. But I mean, she did fine. So she didn't get eliminated or get the bottom.
Miss Shay is motherfucking Kool-Aid. She's one of the top four for me.
Bitch, first of all, we forgot to mention Naomi Campbell came out.
Yes, Naomi Campbell.
And then she asked each of the girls to walk. Miss motherfucking Shay Kool-Aid.
It was not to be discussed. It was not to be discussed.
That walk.
And she said,
that was
in my head,
tens.
She said, in my head, I remember seeing you in this fashion show. She said, I'm walking down the street. I'm always trying to mimic your walk. It was amazing. Miss Naomi Campbell is 51, 2, 3. Listen, the bitch ain't
Which
aged.
is weird because she's the same age as we are, but it feels like Naomi Campbell was grown when we was in elementary school.
Because she was doing grown shit when we was in elementary school. That's
true.
what the problem was. Because Tyra started when she was like 14.
And she was maybe 15.
But she was out doing
grown
she was doing grown people shit. Okay. But this the Catwoman look, it wasn't necessarily one of my best look, but I liked the idea of it. It was fine.
Yeah.
This crown and this look right here with the prosthetic ears and stuff, it was breathtaking, but it wouldn't have been my choice. But she carried it off and made it look absolutely fucking stunning.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give her that. But she's definitely one of the top 4s as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Now, Miss Evie Oddly. I like the anime look and the idea of it. And it's very her. That's all I got to say. This runway look that looked like the melted crayons, I actually liked it.
I like that much better than this anime look. This feels like she kind of phoned it in. This anime look, this crayon look feels like some thought went into it, and like a lot of effort went into something. A lot of effort went into making it look like a piece of trash.
Yes,
and it's clear, and I feel like that's great drag.
It's good.
Just feels like cosplay to me.
It was,
and it's fine.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
And her characters were the Boogeyman.
She did the Boogeyman,
kind of funny,
and she also did. Wait, we'll say it at the end. It's the Boogeyman and the young lady from. She's a YouTuber or
who I'd never heard of.
Social media personality.
African. No, that was Shea Coulee who did that. Oh, this other person.
She's
she's both of these characters were YouTubers who I'd never heard of.
Yes,
or TikTokers.
Was that the next screen?
That was the next.
Okay, yeah. So yes. So here you can see on the top, everybody and what they did. So Jada Essence Hall did Lady Chablis, which I thought was cute. It worked for her just to look.
It was, but
it wasn't an attitude. It wasn't a,
She did her look for both of these were great, but there are iconic lines.
Yes, indeed.
That Lady Chablis says.
Yes, indeed.
This little ball in Atlanta. This little like dismissive throwaway lines, and it was just her sort of superior attitude and the way that she engaged with people. So I feel like
she didn't.
Someone told her she looks like Lady Chablis, and that's great.
And she didn't quite.
But she didn't watch that movie 15 times.
She didn't,
and look up every Lady Chablis performance that she could.
She didn't embody the character, all the way,
and she didn't embody Prince either. I feel like,
Prince was fucking hilarious.
It was so hilarious
because she was so stupid.
If you don't know it,
because
Prince is kind of an enigma still.
Yeah, he is.
So you could have just been like said anything and been like, "I'm Prince."
Yeah.
Like, Prince, why are you talking that voice? Or you could have just answered everything with like, "Dearly beloved,"
right?
We're gathered. You could have just done anything. I just feel like that was a big miss on my part for her.
Jay Alexander, which is who Shay did, it wasn't quite that great.
Because I feel like Jay Alexander is a look and a face.
Yeah,
but does he say like iconic things sometimes?
He has, and earlier on when he was on drag.
I would love to see someone do Andre Leon Talley.
Ooh, bitch. Why are you looking at me, bitch?
No. I swear to God, that was not what
I'm fucking with you.
That is not what I mean.
But I don't even know. I know a little bit about his personality, but I
feel like I could see the look as Andre Leon Talley, but I don't know what he would give.
He was very over the top. Very over the top.
I was like, girl, you are from Mississippi, please.
Yeah, very over the top.
Please bring it down a notch.
And then the Vivian did her two characters, the young lady from Ab Fab,
which I feel like she didn't give enough, like sweetie darling, sweetie.
Yeah, it was kind of like
very,
she was the sober version of.
Yeah, no one wants to see the sober version of Patsy.
Yeah, it was like you need the drunk version.
She had the cigarette, but if you're going to do Patsy, there needed to be not just a wine bottle there. You needed to have a glass of champagne or a cocktail at all times. It probably would have just been water for the show, but every sip would have been a drink.
Fucking it up.
And you would have had a cigarette that's in the corner of your mouth.
Absolutely.
Sweetie, darling, sweetie.
Absolutely.
And Catherine Tate, who I know who that is, who's like this very funny British comedian.
Yes.
But I feel like
I don't know her enough. But good job for the Vivian bringing it to to us, because I didn't.
Who else I thought she should have done
Donald Trump.
She should have done Donald Trump.
Because listen, tell the truth or shame the devil, she nailed the shit on the show. She was fucking hilarious.
Mrs.
Doubtfire?
No. Well, yes. Ms. Doubtfire, yes. But from Are You Being Served?
Shit. Miss Poop. Fuck. I know you're talking about, but
everything would have been like, my pussy. I mean, that could have been hilarious because she would have had the accent down.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I feel like it's not that you necessarily need to make it reference that American audiences can get, but kinda.
And something just dawned on me. I wonder if she borrowed this damn wig or this damn look. Jada borrowed this damn wig or this damn look from what's her face, from Akira. So, but anyway, so the next slide kind of shows them what they did for the Maxi Challenge on the first show when they did the I Am Legend, whatever, legendary, whatever, and it was all right.
Yeah,
Trinity was a highlight for me in this. The way she performed.
Yeah.
First of all, she looked amazing, but the way she performed in the song, she was on. She was on, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So Trinity is also one of those people who I think could be in the final four, possibly.
Yeah.
And I would love to see Monet, but I don't know if Monet's going to make it into the board. Not quite sure, because you still have other people like Raja who may not have hit her stride, and also Evie, who gets this burst of energy, and sometimes she does
Slocum. Yes, Mrs. Slocum. Okay, you're thinking of Captain Peacock. That was the P. But yeah, if she had done a Mrs. Slocum, that would have and done it right. No one's done a Mrs. Slocum, and I feel like that would be like such an easy character to do. That could be good because you're so over the top. But anyway, so I didn't care for this number at all. I thought it was kind of. I feel like Ru, please stop writing these basic ass low energy songs.
Listen.
So yes, it didn't do nothing. Is that it?
We got I think that one or two more. So this was their on stage look, where you get to see everybody's look on stage again, and you get to see the full version of like Evie's, the way it looked on the stage, her look, as well as Monet's whole look with this hair and the crown and everything else, and you get to see everybody else's look. But Shay's look,
this look was supposed to be all about crowns, so everyone had a crown on of some sort.
Yeah. And these looks I think these were just amazing looks. So, and I think there's one more. I think it is. No, I think that's it. Yeah, there's a mark. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So, but that was it. And so we know that the first winner, the first two winners were Monet and Shay. And then the second winner was Jinx.
And
by herself.
No, it's the two. It was Monet and Shay. Shay won.
Right.
But they both got their golden tickets.
Right.
In the second one, it was Trinity who couldn't win because
she had been blocked. She had been blocked by
the first time.
Yes.
And then, but of course, it was the fucking Snatch Game. So of course Jinx won.
Yeah.
And she blocked. What did she block? She didn't block Trinity because she couldn't block Trinity.
It was taken from her and given to the winner. So the winner blocked Shay, which was Jinx.
Yes, I couldn't. Yeah. I just couldn't. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So next up,
we're gonna get into legendary. Huh.
All right. Where'd you pick this? Where'd this come from? Yeah.
Anyway. That's interesting. I thought it was.
I was just like, does this relate to the show? And I missed it now. But anyway.
No.
So Legendary is back. They had 3 episodes. It was a lot to watch. I was just like,
was. I kind of fell asleep.
Yeah, I was a little bit over it by the end of the second episode.
And I can honestly say I fell asleep because I got bored with some of the
I
performances.
got very bored because they were
And-
very all the same.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
was
They
like,
sort
bitch,
of
what are y'all
ran into
doing?
one another.
And then it's pissing me off because I feel like it's making ballroom just dance, and that's what's
Right, I
pissing me
kept
off.
talking about choreography versus like because most of these. I mean, I know nothing about Vogue. I'm going to.
It is,
but it felt like these were dance numbers that they were choreographing. Yeah, they did the duck walk. Yeah, they did a dip, but I didn't see a lot of voguing. I felt like it was a choreography.
It was choreographed number.
Right, and that was it. And they all give you these things. It was like, we're the house of so and so. We're legendary. Like motherfucking Pepper LaBeija is turning over in her grave.
Well, they gave. Well, okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Am I wrong though?
No. But so here's the thing. Mm-hmm. They talked about. Naomi mentioned this on the show, and I'm so glad she did this. I think they were talking about the 5 elements of Vogue. So it's hand performance, duck walks, catwalks, spins, and dips. Mm-hmm. But she also talked about Vogue being very spontaneous, very in the moment. And at that particular point, you are taking something just like we do on air, like the live shit that we do.
Right.
That is what makes Vogue exciting because you never know what the fuck is getting ready to happen, and you play off of that person, you play off of that room. Like when you saw the young ladies who grabbed the cape and pulled it back, like that's the type of shit in ballroom that happens live.
Right.
That's what makes it amazing.
And I mean, I get that it's a performance and you do have to sort of choreograph a number, but it felt more like just a choreographed dance number.
And I think that's what's blowing me.
And then on top of that, some of the choreography wasn't even all of that.
It's just,
if you at least going to get, because we're going to get to the girls that are talking about we're all trained dancers and they got the chop.
So let's go and start this. Let's go start this beautiful being footage.
Legendary House of Ada.
This House of Ada. First of all, I wasn't impressed.
Where are my notes?
I wasn't impressed.
Great choreography, in my opinion. Looks are uncoordinated.
I wasn't impressed.
28. Wait a minute. I got to get the right balls right. Okay. Oh, I'm in. Oh, okay. I stopped counting the grades in the first true ball. This was the first 10. So they got like a. Oh no, I did. Okay, so that was the Animal Kingdom. So let me go back to Ada. Great costumes, looks are uncoordinated. They got a 28 for their performance.
Yeah. Listen, House of Alamikli. I was not impressed with you all from the beginning.
I said the costumes were cute-ish, sloppy. The choreography was sloppy. And Kiki, listen, I love motherfucking Megan Thee Stallion, but I feel like she is a much more critical judge than Megan Thee Stallion was. And so I appreciate it. But on this one, she was like, great job, but I'm going to give you a 6. I was like, how can it be a great job, but you're going to give him a 6? Okay. Then what did they do? Then going back to House of Ada, for the first ball that they actually had, it was Animal Queendom, and Ada did the Poisonous Frog. I said the costumes work, but the house father, I mean, maybe he just got a big dick or whatever, but his bulge was distracting.
Bitch, I didn't say nothing about no damn bulge on that man.
Or whatever was going on in front, the tuck, it was a meaty tuck. It was a meaty tuck. So Alan Meekley, so for the ball, they didn't even, that was, they got a 34. They did birds, different costumes, but good choreo. The judges were tough. Can we just stop and talk about who the fuck is Anita, the judge for the Animal Queendom ball? Because she's got on my fucking nerves.
She's some Latin.
Well, that was obvious. I don't want to call her a pop artist because that's mean, but I just was like, girl, why are you here?
She's like, oh my God, I love you. Let me give you a 10. Let me give you a 10. Let me give you a 10.
At least you can't. I mean, it's
you get a 10. You get a 10. You get a 10.
Girls do not deserve a 10.
There were no 10s that were there were no 10s on that show. None of them.
First 3 episodes.
None of them. Mm-hmm. There were no 10s on that show.
Yeah.
Sorry. There were none. Okay, let's talk about the
I felt like they
Alpha
were
Omega.
just they thought these were attractive men. I did not think that I said their look was somewhat simple. The performance was very tradeful, but stop relying on that body. And I felt like they were all in love with them because they are halfway decent. First of all, none of them are that. I mean, this.
So the young man up at the top, the upper left, that's the one that seemed to be going up. But listen, this young lady right here on the left,
this one,
the one that was Vogue femme on the left, the light skinned one.
Yeah.
Listen, she caught my eye because that bitch she vogues, and she was very soft. And I think Naomi talked. She was like, "Bitch, you were pulling my attention because you were soft and cunt in the front, and you were like she vogues." And I was like, "Okay, draw my attention." The rest of y'all just there like that. That's
right.
it.
I was like, okay, y'all all got good bodies. Y'all all spend a lot of time at the gym. Okay,
that's it. That's all I got. Like I wasn't.
So now I was not impressed with them at the Grand March, but at the Animal Queendom performance, they did Snake, and I definitely saw that they were giving a Snake performance, and I loved the synchronization of it. Although you probably thought it wasn't very Vogue.
I did not. None of it was for me. Not that I just sorry. Nope.
All right.
Not one of my faves. In fact, I can't even really think of anybody that was my favorite. Now, let me just say that the House of Demure Versailles. So I like the idea of them. I like the idea of it. But nothing about them impressed me either.
Yeah. The gold look was cute. Choreo was meh. The look got in the way of the choreography.
Yeah, that look was too much going on. It was like a combination of.
It was cute.
Why is this all jumbled together? What is this?
It probably has to do with the way the screen is. Just do a smaller font next time.
Yeah, I was like, why is this jumbled up? What the fuck is it? Okay.
Did they make it? Let me see. Or did they get the chops?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Actually,
Demure.
This is. Oh, we're watching the because it's okay. That's what I was like. What the? Because it's on that side.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's right. In the beginning, no one got the chop.
Yeah, no one got the chop.
Why did I not give them see what their grade was?
Because they were
under Animal Queendom. We were talking about.
Well, no, they did.
Oh yeah, right. They did get the chop. Yeah, because they got a. They got a 20.
We'll talk about them at the end.
Yeah. LaBeija.
Okay, so if you know nothing about ballroom, and if you've ever opened, you know who Pepper LaBeija is, and Pepper LaBeija,
you know who Crystal LaBeija is.
Yes, and Pepper LaBeija.
Where's the bitch? I'll sue the bitch.
Right. Pepper LaBeija was known for this one move. Anytime you ever watch Paris is Burning, where she was coming down and she had this hat with this feather on, and she
did the
she had the shoulders and the shoulder pad, and the shoulders detached and came off of her arm, and she pulled them down.
Right.
So when they did this Grand March, and the father came out, and he did it like in remembrance of, or made a reference to or homage to Pepper LaBeija. That was all they got. His bulge was distracting for me. It was very distracting for me. I was like, could you put that away? Could you do something with it? And this young man over here, Jelani, he's from My House. He was that other television show. He's been jumping to a couple different houses. And he was walking realness for a while. But then I was like, now you're doing Vogue categories? I was like, what? He still ain't combed his hair yet. But he just still looks a little unkept. And I just don't quite understand what's going on, how he got into this house. Now, Miss Aja, like Naomi said, I agree with her. Me and Naomi are seeing eye to eye for some reason on this one. She looked amazing because she gave you very much of Crystal LaBeija. She was in this homage. Now, the young lady with the ponytail, I don't know what I'm feeling for her because she said she did old way. And I was, that's my...
Right, you were looking.
Bitch, I was looking. I was like, bitch, I don't see nothing old about you at all. Yeah. Nothing. I don't see nothing. So,
and then in the motherfucking so there for the Animal Queendom, their look was the caterpillar into the butterfly. So for me, it felt uncoordinated with no theme, and the costumes were a miss. They got a 30. And then fucking Kiki gave them a gag flag. And I was like, what?
Why? Like, why? It was nothing about that. It was.
I think it's way too early in the show to be giving a fucking gag flag.
It's too much. It's too much, Kiki. No.
Yeah, I don't see it.
No, I just it didn't do it for me. So I anticipate them.
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to make
their
it because
days are numbered.
I feel like they are.
In fact, it comes on at 3:00 in the morning.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not staying up to watch it. They are resting on the reputation of the House of LaBeija, but they have none of these girls that are from these legendary houses over these past. Well, this is the third season, in my opinion.
Are living up to
whatever they. Oh well, I'm from the House of Pendarvis or whatever. I don't see this.
They're not bringing it. I don't see it. Yeah,
the
I don't see
way
it.
that I think would make their house mothers and house fathers
I don't
proud.
see it.
Now, let me be clear. Even the worst of them can do a better job than I can. But that's not it. I mean, it's plenty of people like everybody that watched the Olympics and be saying, oh, yeah, she did a terrible. Nadia Comaneci did not deserve that 10. Bitch, you can't even do the first flip. Or you would fall. You would get up on the balance beam and immediately fall off. So we're going to. My level of skill does not prevent me from being able to comment. Here's the thing. I'm looking at it since I don't know anything about ballroom. Was I entertained? And so far, for most of these houses, I was not entertained.
Yeah, I was falling asleep on a couple of the episodes, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway.
So who's next?
So next, the House of Machiavelli, and I think I spelled their name wrong. At the 2K, another K. The House of Machiavelli.
I said the look was basic. Choreography was low energy, and they got a 23 for the Grand March.
Jada Machiavelli, the mother. I don't see it for her. I don't know what she's doing. And her kids, the ones that she said, she was like, oh, he's a battle cat and this, that, and the other. Girl, where? That was a kitten. That wasn't even a pussycat. That was a kitten. I mean, that was a kid. I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. Sorry. And they did.
Who are we?
Machiavelli.
They did the Scorpion. I said the costumes were very nice, but they phoned in the choreography.
Yeah, the mother with the
that was the only exciting thing was the Scorpion tail.
Yeah,
but other than that, I was like,
That's all I got.
Yeah,
that was all I got.
So, all right. So who's next?
House of Light. So first of all, okay, I
understand. At least the father is a reformed drug addict, and he wanted to, because lots of the girls have substance abuse problems and whatever. So he wanted a safe space for the girls who had the substance abuse problems to come and be in a place where the girls weren't always drinking and casually doing drugs and whatever. So I get all of that.
Bravo.
But
your performance was non-existent for me.
Right. First of all, lose those glasses. Don't ever wear those again.
None of you all were doing anything.
I get the light. I get it. But
none of you all were doing anything that would make me like nothing. There's nothing there.
I was not entertained.
There was no, I was like, first of all, where's the 5 elements? Where's your hand performance? Where's your dips? Where's your catwalks?
And then when they got, no surprise, they got the chops.
Well, yeah, we'll get to the end, then we'll talk about it. But I didn't see it.
But then he was like, I've been in Vogue for a month.
You've been in ballroom for how long?
Right. And
I don't see it. I don't see it. And bitch, I ain't been in ballroom and got in as long as you've been in it. I haven't been in the back.
And they were the ones who talked about they were all trained dancers. And I was like, that choreography was terrible, especially if they were trained dancers. So even if they did not a single element of Vogue, I would have expected a 5, 6, 7, 8. Twyla, Marsha Graham, Madonna.
But you keep it on the side.
Right. I would have expected all of that, and I did not see any of that. So it's like you can't just say that if you're not going to give at least minimal of that. So
it was a chop for me. It was a chop for me because
they got the lowest score. They got a 19, which was the lowest score
ever
given, which I think was deserved, right above the Demure Versailles, who got a 20.
This was not. I was like, thank y'all for playing. Here's your plane ticket home.
Right.
That's what I was given for me.
You got a couple of nights in a hotel room, so good for you.
Right. So the House of Revlon Paris. Okay.
Now, that, to my opinion, is the one
That's the one of these
that
houses
has lived up to the hype. At least a little bit. I mean, we're still early in the show.
Yes.
But if it was bringing it, they brought it a little.
They brought it a little bit. They wasn't like, so their looks and all, I get it, the homage to, Perry and all that good stuff. But it was like, all right, cool.
I get that, but it's also felt a little bit on the nose. Paris is known for shishi. I mean, they could have just been like, they could have just been come out with bagels and shit. I would have. I mean, they literally are all wearing berets. I mean, it feels a little on the nose to me.
It's.
But I thought the looks were cute. I bet the looks were cute. They're fine. But they were a little basic. The choreography was hot.
These two young men in here, these two young men, they're kind of cute in this picture.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh my god, they're kind of cute. Mm-hmm. Now these ladies in here, listen, when they came back out for their second performance, and they were it was more dominatrix, or it was the bees. Mm-hmm. Miss Girl carried the taller, I think it was Gigi. Mm-hmm. I think it was, or was it Kiana? No, it was Kiana. Kiana carried on that. She was like getting all into it. But it was all right. Now the father, Vinny Revlon.
Mm-hmm. Now they said they got a 48, so that was the high score for the night. And I said I thought it was cute, but I didn't think it was all that like the judges did. That was my statement on that.
It was, listen, they're a contender. That's all I'm saying. They're a contender. I am not here for the house of Yohji Yamamoto, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the whole dominatrix thing that doesn't feel authentic. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because like that. I don't know if it's because of their performance that's okay but not over the top. I don't know. Something about this I'm not here for, and I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And they got the second highest score. They got a 45 on their Animal Queendom. They did cats, and I thought their costumes were good for the cats.
I don't know something about this. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Now the Kiki House of Juicy Couture.
Did you leave the rest of their names off?
They didn't have any names that I could find. Oh, so. Ooh. I will work on that, but they didn't have any names that I could find.
That's fine.
But yeah, I don't.
I said I thought the look was simple but effective, and the choreography was okay for the Grand March. They got a 32. And then who is this? Juicy Couture. They got a high score too. They got a 47. They did tigers for the Animal Queendom. I thought the storyline was cute, and I liked the silver tiger print.
They told a story. I got that, but mm-hmm. I wasn't here for the performance. Okay. I just wasn't here for the performance.
Got it.
I don't know. I'm becoming this old crotchety man.
You'll need to tell the kids what's the difference between a Vogue house and a Kiki house.
So Kiki houses are the up and coming, or like younger, newer, not as technical, or not in the ballroom. They're just it's kind of like going into the minor leagues versus going into the major leagues.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of what the Kiki houses are.
Got it.
And so, but they are the first Kiki house that kind of came up to on this show. But they have some good people in there that do some shit. And the young lady that's in here, she's the young lady who is the cape assassin. Mm-hmm. She's the young lady that grabbed Michaela by the cape and pulled her back.
Yeah,
that's who she is. And so, but here we are with the eliminated houses: the House of Light, which bye girl, the House of Demure Versailles. See y'all.
Yeah, so they got the two lower scores too.
Yeah,
so. And that was how that went. It was
House of Light
5 versus 5, and in the one they were the lowest of the 5, and they got eliminated. In the other one, they got the lowest, and they got eliminated.
Right, and then the House of Alan Meekley.
Yes.
So I like the Alan Meekley's the house or the name of it because it's this whole thing where it's he designs clothes for men and for women, and so it said something for the boys, something for the girls.
Mhm.
And so I did like that. I thought that was cute. I do remember that. And that's it. That's all I. But these three houses right here.
And that's that.
Yeah. So, Jelani was a Mizza for a while. That's what, because he was in another house. I do remember that. Tommy. Oh, Bougie Girl, you like Tommy? Tommy.
Which one was Tommy?
I don't know, but she likes Tommy. I don't know which one she likes, but she likes Tommy. Is that his name? Tommy.
So
So Spectre, hey, you said I'm here for the house of Alpha Omega, Revlon, and Juicy Couture. Juicy Couture is actually kind of they're I don't know. I am hard because I want to see them amaze people, and I haven't seen anything that's been amaze balls to me.
No,
like last season with Tati and the house of
the little short
the
guy.
No, the guy who shaved his beard off when they did the snow scene. When they were on the
the one that did porn. The one with the big dick.
No, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the father who shaved his beard.
He
wound up going in drag for the show. They did the whole Marie Antoinette look, and he had shaved.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That house, I can't remember which house that is. Father Thomas. Oh, Father Thomas. Oh, from Father Thomas is from what goddamn house is Thomas from? Not from Revlon, not from Light. You're talking about from Alpha Omega, I think. I think that's when you're talking about from Alpha Omega. But their house, was it Mizrahi? That wasn't Mizrahi. They were a legendary house. It wasn't Revlon. It wasn't Prodigy. I can't remember. But they won last season.
I don't remember.
The house that won last season, they had some amazing moments for me. That's what I wanted to see. Like I haven't seen.
I mean, this is the beginning of the.
But the fact that you had 3 episodes in a row, and as I'm watching the second episode, I fall asleep.
Yeah,
that's a problem for me.
Well, I think it was because they were all together, and so it was a lot to commit to. And the first 2 episodes are really the same episode. It just took a long time to get all through them.
I was watching. Listen, we'll and I will see some more tomorrow because I'm going to this ball tomorrow.
You're going to Tommy tomorrow?
Yeah, this is Gay Pride weekend. Gay Pride. This is a ball tomorrow.
Oh,
tomorrow night. Yes, God. Yes, God. I'm going to the ball.
Where? Oh, is that
at the hotel? It's the mini ball.
Okay, I heard about it.
Yes.
How much is it?
The mini ball is free. I don't know if you have to pay to get into the hotel, but the mini ball is free. But Tommy LaBeija, Bougie Girl, all he had going on was that bulge was a bit too much for me. Like it was distracting.
I've never heard you say that a bulge
was too much. It was distracting because it was distracting. It was like you put this cup down in here, and I was like, what the fuck? But it's tomorrow night. I think it's like 8 or 9 o'clock. I think. But listen. Me and Spectre go, we ain't staying all night. I'm like, girl, we're not doing that.
Girl, is it gonna start at 8 o'clock?
That's why my ass is great.
I'll just hear about it from you.
Yes, you'll hear about it. That's all you got because I'm not. That's what we're gonna do. But anyway, so listen, get into this beautiful bean footage, and we'll be right back. Hola.
So we did talk about the House of Ada Bougie Girl. That was the one who the one with the cowboy hat. That was the one that I said had a distracting bulge.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
So-
I didn't. But the other one had a distracting bulge for me. That's Tommy from the. That was a
Just
bit
didn't
much.
do it,
It was a lot. It was like all dick and little man. It was like God, like what the hell? It was too much.
So this weekend is Black Gay Pride.
Yeah.
And I know the kids are going to be out and about in the city. I plan to
And in the bookstore. Oh, I'm sorry, not the
be
bookstore.
doing a slight staycation at a hotel at an undisclosed location in the DC metro area.
Okay.
With spa days and stuff, with the slave. So this is going to be our time. So I'm not going to be partaking of any of the local festivities this week. But starting in June, pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love. Whoa, 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 whoa. So there is Capitol Pride coming up the second weekend in June, because it's not
June.
this
Listen,
weekend.
June is just booked. It's a lot
And
of shit
then
going on in June.
we are having Folsom East. So yeah, so
That's on the
let's
18th, I think it is.
Yeah, so Capitol Pride is not the 4th, or is it the 4th? No, it's the Capitol Pride is the 11th.
Yeah, because
Then the following weekend is Folsom East.
Yes.
And the convenient part about that is
Juneteenth.
that Monday is Juneteenth, which is now a federal holiday. So this is a 3-day weekend.
That is the day I get my motherfucking vacation days.
And that's your birthday is today.
My birthday is
the
that
14th.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going up on the 17th and staying all weekend. Let's talk.
So here's the plan. The 4th, I'm going to Pittsburgh to go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show thing for Gray and Reggie and all them. I thought they were doing that here. It is. It's
I'm not going to Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh on Saturday, and then on Sunday it's here in Baltimore. So then the weekend of the 11th and 12th, that's the parade and all that stuff. Now that following weekend with Folsom, we were having a conversation about going up just on that Saturday.
The Folsom is actually on Sunday.
Right. We were talking about going up not just on that Saturday, but on that Saturday
and staying overnight.
Right. For that Sunday and then coming back.
Because I was looking at the prices, so I'm probably not going to come up on Friday, but I was thinking of like we normally do. But instead of coming back on the 19th, since the 20th is a holiday, there's no rush to get back.
No, it's not. I gotta check our calendar, because I think that we should have that off because it wasn't.
It's a federal holiday.
Well, so what the Black Cock and Cock does, they take some of the federal holidays that we would normally get off and use them during our Christmas break, so that we don't have to take that time. So you get it, you just don't get it on that day.
Gotcha.
And I think that day we actually get on that day because it wasn't instituted.
Gotcha.
When they did the year. So I think we do get that day.
So I think that's my plan, is to come up on the 18th. And so essentially I'm staying over the night of the 18th and the 19th, because they moved it. So Folsom is not in behind the Eagle anymore, is down at the end of Christopher Street where Rock Bar is.
Well, that's cute, because that's no, not really.
That is cute, because it's right across the street from the pier.
Yeah, I mean,
and they got all that shit down there by the pier now.
Yeah, but now I feel like it's gonna be not
as leathery.
Yeah, like it's gonna be more touristy and people might feel like,
girl, it'll be what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna have a good time.
Well, yes, because where we go, as far as the leather crowd and the leather community, we're gonna do what the fuck we do.
So let's talk, because I'm not putting out nothing on the group or nothing. I'm planning to go, and I'm not coordinating hotels or nothing with nobody. My days of doing that are over. But I will be like, I'll be like with you and Papa and a few other people, and be like, hey, let's get together. But I'm not organizing tons of hotels or none of that.
No. We were having we'll talk about
take
that.
the train or the bus.
I actually may drive.
Girl, do you know how much it costs to park in New York City?
Listen, when I park that bitch, I'm not moving that bitch until I roll out.
But still, it's still like $60 a day to park it.
I get it.
Even if you don't move it.
I get it. I know. I get it. But I feel like
so this is my logic.
I mean, but
it's just a thought. Just the gas, between the gas and the tolls and the parking, you might as well have bought a bus or a train ticket.
Again, just the convenience and just a thought. So I don't know at this point. I just gotta sit back and think about it.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Now, I will say that if I ride with you and whoever else, I'll certainly and if you park the car, then that's part of the calculus for the weekend.
Well, no, I get that. I get that. So yeah, well, let's chat about that.
All right. But anyway, all right. So yeah, and there's a lot going on in July.
And then somewhere in between there, I need to have a birthday drink and some birthday sex and some birthday everything.
Well, I will join you for the birthday drink. I will.
You'll be probably next door for the birthday sex. If we're that weekend, probably. Yeah, I'll probably do something.
Oh well, yeah, that's why we won't have the same room. That's fine though.
Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah.
So yeah.
We got that going on, and actually next Wednesday is my mother's birthday. So
the 1st.
Yep.
Okay.
She's June 1. So that's what kicks off.
Anniversary was the 31st.
31st
of May.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kicks off. That kicks off the 30 days of Epic for me. Because that kicks off 30 days of Epic.
Yeah, your birthday is only slightly less time between yours and your mother's birthday than me and my mother's. Although my mother's birthday was after mine. March 21st, 26th versus April the 11th.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on in the next couple of weeks. And then I will be taking my sojourn to Fort Lauderdale on the 1st of July.
So let's plan for this again. Are we still doing our July hiatus? So
sure.
We normally do July, but I'm asking because we talked about it before, and we wound up doing some stuff in July as well. But we normally take off for the month of July. That's what I know we had a conversation.
I would still probably do. I don't know. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So,
all right.
At a minimum, since I'll be there I'll be there over there. So if we still wanted to do a show on the 6th,
so that's the holiday,
right? And then we'd be off for the rest of the month, and then come back in August sometime. Yeah, we'll figure that part out. We still got some time to figure that out.
Okay.
Well, all right. It's been a lovely weekend. I am starving. All I've had is some mashed potatoes for dinner. So
what I want.
I was going to call you when you called me. When you called, right? I had hoped you would have been like, "Hey, I'm at the Popeyes. You want something?" And I'd have been like, "Bitch, yes." Thank you for saying that, because I don't always have this craving, but you know what I would go for right now is 5 of those whole wings from Popeyes and a side of red beans and rice. That would be perfect right now. But they're about to close, so their chicken is terrible right now. So.
I had Popeyes last night, and I was disappointed because while it was not salty, it just wasn't seasoned, and it was like but it was hot and it was good, but it just wasn't seasoned. But it was okay.
And I had the Mexican pizza. I honestly had never had a Mexican pizza before, and I probably won't have one again because it was too much Mexican, not enough pizza. Meaning, you open up the crust. Because I will tell you, I love the ground beef from Taco Bell. If I could just get like a gallon-sized bag of that ground beef,
oh Lord,
I love it. I love the saltiness. It's got the right level of salt. I mean, it could be spicier, but it's good. So this was my imagination. I had my, obviously you're going to get your refried beans and your meat and the cheese and the tomatoes and the onions and all of that. And at least the one that I got, I purposely did not go to one in the black neighborhood because you know how people. It's always terrible. But even the one that I went to, it was way too much beans and only a smidge of fucking taco meat. So I was not particularly happy.
Oh no. All right, I'm tired.
All right, so
It's been a
you
long
got to get
day.
home. All right, you know what? Thank you all for coming through. We
Yes.
really appreciate you. So whatever you're going to do this Memorial weekend, please be safe. You know, we got a lot of crazies out here.
Yes.
Always be on the lookout.
Yes.
Girl, you know,
pay
attention to people.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what people are doing. And I'm not at all saying that if those people at that grocery store have done that. But listen, pay attention, girl. So
it happened to us.
If the girls,
yeah,
you know, if you see somebody that's looking a little crazy, go with your first mind. If you see somebody acting crazy and you was like, that motherfucker look crazy, I'm about to drop all this shit and walk out this grocery store. Drop all that shit and walk out the grocery store, honey. Baby, it's better to do that than to get caught up with some.
Your first mind never steers you wrong. Baby.
Never. Because what's the worst that can happen in the worst mind? You got to go back and buy that stuff again.
Yeah, but keep it moving. Right. Listen,
always be paying attention. If you out at the club or whatever, know where all of the exits are. You know, try not to get yourself in a place where you are stuck with no exit strategy. So can't nobody box you in. You know, always be ready, you know, for a fight. You know, and this is particularly for the women, but for everyone. And I know we're ready to go, so I'm going to make this real quick.
No.
This woman posted that she got into an Uber, right? And she's driving, and the dude took the wrong exit. And she's like, dude, you took the wrong exit. And before she could try to, like, get out of the car, he stopped in this park. And there was another car running, and this bitch basically kicked the door out and got out, and both cars sped off. So be careful, you know, and I say this for the women, but I mean, anybody could have gotten taken out. And this has happened to women before, you know, pay attention to the tag number, make sure you're getting in the right Uber. You know, if the dude's name is supposed to be John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, before you get in that car, you open the door and be like, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. If that bitch don't say his name is my name too, don't get in that fucking car.
Don't let people always shout. No.
Right. So anyway, please be safe. Have a wonderful time. Have lots of drinks, lots of sex, lots of fun and frolic. And we will talk about it next week.
Have a good weekend.
Love you all. Bye.
Love you all. Bye.
Mwah.